Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
Hey guys, how you doing? So today I want to talk about, the best fifth that we could possibly get for the Padme team, for her and, everybody else in the team to become meta dominant. And I think they're just one tune away, and everybody else agrees that they are one tune away from making them pretty much one of the best teams in Arena right now. They're pretty good. They can hold okay overnight, but really once you get into the sea of Jedi Revens, you just kind of fall off pretty hard. So let's go chat about what the team is missing, what it could be needing, and stuff like that. So let's go into it. So let's start this off by talking about the ones that we have in game that could be potential reworks. And the main one is always going to be the one that everybody's talking about is Mace, and I think Mace is probably a good candidate for this, and he's a suitable one to fit this fifth. You just get slap him on the Shatterpoint unique where he can either stun somebody or do massive damage. If they have Shatterpoint, it would really help out this team. Besides that, though, anybody else in here, we just don't know what they could really bring to the table because they are all pretty garbage. Shock T's a good fifth, but she's kind of only useful if you have her, Gear 12 or higher. Gear 13 even is really, really good, Shock T. She can provide protection up, get extra buffs on the team so, they won't die to the Drain Life from Malak. And that's really, really helpful, and why, Padme needs that 3PO to be in there, because 3PO gives extra protection up buffs. And really, the Confuse really helps out as well. Besides that, though, I'm hoping Qui-Gon gets a rework, but I don't think his rework will ever be having anything to do with this Padme team. I think it'll be something different. I hope that he, one day gets a rework, but I don't think it's going to be anything to do with Padme. Barriss, I don't think she's going to be getting a rework anytime soon. And the clones, I'm guessing will, but we don't know what really that'll entail. So right now in the game, the only two I can see being the best fifths are Shock T and Mace, and I'm only going to say those two are the best because I don't want to be taking out Yoda, R2, or 3PO from their teams that they'll be used in. Yoda has to be in the Jedi Revan teams. R2 and 3PO should be at least in the CLS, if not CLS, the Jedi Training Ray teams. Okay, so now we're going to just get some battles going here, and we can talk about what the team is missing out on here. We have a battle versus probably the best Malak I've ever fought in Arena. His Malak is faster, and we'll do a video later on in a couple days about how to deal with this, but this is just some footage in the background of what I'm going to be talking over. So the one main thing we're missing from this team is somebody that can utilize the stacks of courage and give out protection up buffs. Shock T does that pretty well, but like I said earlier, she's hard to use if you don't have her maxed out, and you can use her I guess somewhat, but versus these Gear 13 Malaks, if you don't have her maxed out at Gear 12 at least, she's going to be really, really tough to use because she's going to pretty much get insta-killed by all the AoEs that the team gives out. Besides that though, somebody that would be really nice to have is a stunner in the game. Anybody that can do extra stuns on basics, like R2 is a great one, but like I said, you don't really want to be using him because he should be in a CLS team or even a Jedi Training Ray team. So what we're trying to have here is a tune which can be used in a specific Padme team and not take away from any of the other teams. So I know we have the ARC Trooper that is in the game for the new TB, and what he does is he gives out a certain buff that increases certain rolls of a tune. Attackers hit harder. I'm not really sure what that what it says in the TB right now, but if the ARC Trooper can give out buffs that are specific to that role, that would be really awesome to see. Let's just get another battle going here. And I think if Anakin gives or if he gives Anakin this buff and he just can do crazy amounts of damage on his basic or AoEs, that would really help out burning through Malak. I'm not too sure what else that could include, but I think ARC Trooper would be a really cool one to see. I know we have 3PO in here, And 3PO is nice, like I said, because he gives out extra protection up. But if we could get somebody similar to 3PO, which it doesn't need to be, you know, just somebody who just stands there giving out buffs and does no damage, because I really find that this team needs to have somebody as a 5th that can actually deal damage with the courage stacks, because you're just wasting all these courage stacks from having him on 3PO. But he is nice for his support on this team, so that's why he's the best 5th right now. But if we can get somebody that is kind of like 3PO, but not too much to the point where he's just, you know, gonna stand there and waste all the courage stacks, that'd be great. I know on the Reddit forums there's been some talk about a Jar Jar, and honestly I think Jar Jar would be sick to have in this team. He could be a great support, giving out extra buffs, kind of like how you know, 3PO does with translation or something to that extent. And if not, you know, something like that, give him like a basic that can either, you know, stun somebody or give out protection up, kind of like Padme can, or something similar to that. That would really help this team a lot. Besides that, though, if R2 or if Jar Jar is added in, an extra taunt would be nice. Another person you can use is a Clone Wars Chewie. Clone Wars Chewie is a hard one to use because you need it, like I said earlier with Shaak Ti, you need him to be pretty much max so he doesn't get insta-killed by, you know, Drain Life or Malak or anything of that sort. So you can pull off some with Clone Wars Chewie, but he has to be pretty much max for him to be able to be used in this team. So the reason why the taunt is huge, though, is for you to eat up more of those insanities that Darth Revan gives and more of the fears that Bastila Shan will give. And also the little special that Malak does, Inflicting Shock. That'll be a nice one to have as well. And an extra taunt really protects the team, making sure that Anakin doesn't die or Ahsoka doesn't die. And those are the two squishiest of the team right here that we have. So an extra taunt would be really helpful. An extra tune that can give more protection up, kind of like Padme can, would be great to see as well. So in most of these battles, you can pretty much win anything without, you know, having too much of a problem. But the thing that really sucks and to deal with is the last standing Malaks. And with Gear 13 in the game now, it's really, you know, it's really possible, and it's a very annoying thing to deal with when Malak is the last one standing, because he has so much extra defense, so much extra, you know, crit avoidance, so much extra HP and protection. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's impossible to get through, but it's very, very tough to deal with. So if we could get somebody that could stun, ability block, or just an extra healing immunity, would be huge to add to this team. Because I can pretty much, without even having 3PO in there, I can get down to Malak, but I really need 3PO to be in there so we can protect the team even more so, giving out extra assists and giving out more protection up. So if we could get somebody that could stun, like what I talked about earlier with Mace's stun on Shatterpoint, that would be really nice to see as well. And I know that we have somebody in the game like that. His name is Cup, and he does stun on a basic, and you're not pulling away anything from other teams like R2 would be. But the stun on his basic is only a % chance, and you're not guaranteed it will stick every single time. And another reason you don't want to use Cup is because it's Cup, right? You don't want to be, you know, Gear 13 Cup just using a Padme team unless you're, you know, a crazy person and you want to see that and use it. But yeah, I would stick away from Cup, but a stunner would be really nice to see. As you can see right now, we're kind of stuck behind Malak, and this is Gear 13 Malak. He's really hard to kill, and we're trying to land healing immunity, and we just can't do it. He's getting all this extra HP back, and it's really hard to deal with. So this is really where the stun would come in really clutch. And as you can see here, I mean, look, 3PO has 99 stacks of courage. Let's just rewind that. Look at that. He has 99 stacks of courage, and he can't do anything with it. I know that Malak takes a percent, he doesn't take the full amount of damage from a courage hit, but with that amount of courage hits, you're almost guaranteed to burn through a Malak, because it's going to deal like 1,000 damage, and you know, add all the courage stacks with the extra 1,000 damage you're dealing, and it's going to add up pretty quickly and should be able to be enough damage to take out Malak. But the main reason I don't like 3PO is because he's not utilizing the courage stacks, but the reason I do like him is because he's giving out extra protection up. And if we could find somebody in the game where they can have all that stuff, you know, deal the damage, give out protection up, kind of like a Shaak Ti, but you know, you don't want to be using Shaak Ti either because you want to kind of use her with the clones. We just really need a 5th, guys, that is ideally used for a Padme team only, really strict for that reason, and you don't want to be pulling out anything to use elsewhere. So that's kind of how I see it right now. And to wrap this up, guys, there is one more character that I think would be great to see in this game, and that is Captain Panaka, or Panika. I'm not sure how you say that, but he is the guard that was working with Padme in the the first movie, The Phantom Menace, and that'd be cool to see. Him and Jar Jar are the likely candidates I can see coming into the game, and being the best fit for this team. And if it's not them, I'm guessing it's going to be like a reworked Jedi or a reworked clone, or like I said earlier, the ARC Trooper would be really cool to see, adding up the extra buffs and turning those into potentially protection up buffs that could really help this team out a lot more. So with that being said, if you guys do agree with me, let me know in the comments below. I really think that we're bound to get the best fit for this team. We do not have it right now, and it's only going to be, a matter of time before we get it and we see it. And I'm guessing we're going to see this around the same time that we see the light side TB for the Geonosian stuff, and it should be a good time. And I'll be sure to cover some more content regarding that, and hopefully it's on a marquee character because I really don't like to see those. I want to be sure to get it for you guys, and marquees do not help me in that regards because I would have to spend money to get them to 7-star and gear 12 them. So hopefully it's not something like that. But if you guys do agree with me with my points here today, let me know in the comments below. If you don't, let me know as well. And we have a Discord and a Patreon link as well. Discord, you can come join there. You let me know on the stuff on the videos, or if you need any help with Padme team, let me know there. And also the Patreon, if you guys do want to support me even more, go check that out. So yeah, besides that, go like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later.
Nice.